right, let's get into our simple class for today. Good morning, everybody, and happy to have you here. I want to thank my team that I'm working with. I really appreciate our work is moving on perfectly onto our Telegram group, and I hope those that are in there, you are enjoying. You're enjoying, and it requires people to pay closer attention and to be able to win. To be able to win. To be able to win. Okay, so I believe that you are able to take advantage of what the team is doing. I believe you are able to take chances of what the team is doing and be able to enjoy the amazing work the team is doing. Give me one in the chat if you see the team doing an amazing work on the Telegram group. There is a lot that's happening right now, and I hope you are taking advantage of what is taking place on the Telegram group. Give me one in the chat if you are taking advantage of what is happening on the Telegram group. A lot of fire, a lot of excitement, a lot of excitement. I want you to play your part, and the part you are supposed to play is very simple. It's just for you to post your results. Once the coin delivers, your role is just to post your results. Okay? So do not overtrade and do not get overexcited, but make sure you are playing your part. So we request you to also play your part, because if you don't play your part, it means that you might find that at the end of the day, we put down the program. But if you are in there, we request you to basically be able to play your part, yeah, so that you can be able to also benefit from the amazing work that is being done by the team. It's an amazing team, and I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay. All right, so today we are still introducing one of our amazing topic. And this topic is a simple topic called support, resistance, and patterns. Support, resistance, and patterns. Okay? Support, resistance, and patterns. I believe it's enough time. Now let me share my screen and we get into the topic. The topic is simple. It's just the introduction to support and resistance. I'm not yet into the depth of the sharing. I'm still just at the start of the sharing. I haven't gone into the depth of sharing today. I'm just at the start of the sharing of this amazing topic that we have. And it is key and important that we are able to take advantage and also to be able to make sure that we basically understand what we have. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you on this journey. It's a long journey, and it is a bit by bit process. And I believe that we basically take advantage of the opportunity at hand, so that we could be able to basically maximize a lot of money. Okay. Now, this is gonna be a very sweet trade, and okay. So we are here to discuss a simple topic, and today's topic is very easy. It's just to understand what is support, what is resistance, what are trend lines, and what are patterns or channels. That is the main topic only for today. So tomorrow, I will go into details with the patterns. But today, I just want to explain that to be known. Now, if this is a trade that we want to trade in the 4-hour time frame, when you are doing your analysis, it should be top-down analysis. You do not come and analyze a coin in 30 minutes, then you look at it in 1 hour. I don't know if I'm making sense. Let me give you an example. If this is 15 minutes time frame, and then I analyze this coin, okay? Remember what we said, what is support and what is resistance. We basically discussed and said support is like the ceiling of your, so resistance is like the ceiling of your house, and support is like the floor of your house. Okay. Now, when you decide to get this at work, to be able to define support and resistance and how you can be able to use this to your own advantage, you just need to say that, let me look at this chart. And there are different tools we can use. We can use a rectangle. For example, here, if I want to look at this, I can draw an area. So this is an area where the market looks to be supported. Because whenever it comes and touches this area, the market bounces above it. So it is an area. So this is the support area. But we are in 15 minutes. But when I come to this area and I look at it in 4-hour time frame, now I'm in the 4-hour time frame. I have a question. Does it make meaning in the 4-hour time frame? Some answers in the chat. Does it make meaning in the 4-hour time frame? Some answers in the chat. Does it make meaning in the 4-hour time frame? No. But now let me do the same in the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I'm not into depth. I'm just doing introduction. When I come here on the 4-hour time frame, why is the cursor appearing? When I come here in the 4-hour time frame, and I draw what we call a support. And I draw what we call a support. Just a minute. and I draw a support. So I'll pick my rectangle here. Look at this area. This is an area, friends. It's not. So I look at this area here, and I say this area, the market is being supported at this area. Then this area, you see the market comes down, touches the floor, goes up, comes here, touches the floor, goes up, comes down here, touches the floor, goes up, comes here, touches the floor, goes up. When I take this area I have drawn, whether colored or not, because someone may decide to put in a color here, whether colored or not, and now I got 15 minutes time. I have a question. Does it create sense now? Does the analysis in the 4-hour time frame create some sense in the 15 minutes time frame? Some answers in the chat. Now, friends, when you are doing the analysis, you use what we call a top-down analysis. You analyze in a bigger time frame, then you look at the behavior of your chart in a lower time frame. Give me a 1 in the chat if that is understood. You know, I'm not teaching a lot. I'm still at basics. When I get into complicating, then I want to make sure. So someone could decide, now this is called an area. Okay, here I'm using a rectangle that has no color. But let me try to put some color in this rectangle. So I'll just tap on it. Then it brings settings, then I bring in the background. So I'll put now a background on it. So it is an area. So there are two basic approaches that someone could use to draw support and resistance. One, we could just use plain lines. For example, how do we use plain lines? We can use without a rectangle, but me I like rectangle because the rectangle helps me create an area. For example, let's create a resistance area. Okay, so we can come and pick a horizontal line at the close of the candle. Now, before I talk about the close of the candle, let me introduce something small here. And this thing is called, we call this, have what we call a bull trap. What is a bull trap? A bull trap is a situation where the bulls or the buyers or the bids, I hope all these words are people who want to buy, think that the market is still going to continue going up, and then they get trapped. For example, do you see these wicks here? Someone might have entered from here thinking this coin is going to continue going up. Then he gets trapped because immediately after he has bought, the market now starts going down. Now we also have a bear trap. A bear trap. A bear trap is a situation like here. Someone buys here and says, wow, this coin is going to continue going down up to here. What we call shorting the market. You know, you can short the market. You can predict that this market is going to come down. So you entered from here and you thought the market's going to come down here. Then you get trapped. Then instead of the market going down, it goes up. It's called a bear trap. Now, for a trader to never get trapped into what we call a bull trap and into what we call a bear trap, there is one thing, and it's called confirmation of a breakout. It's called confirmation of a breakout. So confirmation is key before you become excited about going big into any trade. Now, what is a confirmation? How do we look at a confirmation? Because it's where the business is. It's where the business is. How do you understand that here there is a confirmation or not? And that's where the opportunity is. Now, confirmations are easy to find in the market. One, just want to give characteristics of a confirmation. How should you know that this is a confirmation or not? Number one, the breakout candle must have volume. The breakout candle must have volume. That is number one. Number two, the tail candle must close above. Now, friends, then purchase on a breakout. Okay, so let me now show you an example here. We are still looking at support and resistance. Now, before I show you that example, I'll first go back here to the horizontal lines. We all see, I told you, now to avoid a bull trap and a bear trap, it is important for you to always draw your lines at the body close of a candle. I want to remind you just a little bit. Now, I've stopped sharing. Let me share again. I just want to remind you a little bit, friends, that if this is a green candle, I'll just draw. If this is a green candle, the green candle, this is the open, and this is the close. If it is green candle. If it is a red candle, this is the open, and this is the close. To avoid bull traps and bear traps, draw your lines at this line, or draw your lines at this line, or draw your lines at this line, not on the wicks, because wicks can bring you issues with bull traps and bear traps. Give me a 3 in the chat if the message is clear. Now, I'll just get here, then I will draw a line at this point. And this becomes my resistance. But this is just a resistance line. If I want to create a resistance area, I'll look at all this area here, all this here, all this here, and create an area where the market was repeatedly supported or repeatedly resisted. So I can comfortably come here and I draw a line at this place here. Someone may say, me, I will take that. Another one may say, me, I will come a little bit below to here, where the market was resisted here, resisted here, resisted here. I don't know if you can see those points. Let me just outline them. So you see, this is a resistance, but let me put in my white color. But the market was resisted here, and resisted here. Can you all see that? So here has more potential power than only this resistance here. Give me a 2 in the chat if you can see that. The market was more resisted more times here, here, and here. So this has more chances or a stronger power than this one here. Can you see that? Give me a 3 in the, okay, good, let's go. Right, so what I will do, what I will do, if I am gonna use a line to draw, I'll just come in here, draw my first line there. Either I can draw my second line there. Because I'm drawing resistance lines, then I can draw my third line here. Are we making sense? Now, it means that this is, in simple terms, this is resistance line 1, resistance line 2, resistance line 3. Now, when I want to also draw lines, I'm gonna be very specific when I come to support. I'm just showing you. So there is going to come a time I'm very specific. So when I come here, I see the market was resisted here. So I draw a line there. Then I go up here. So here the market was supported. But at the same time, it formed a new support here. So here, I draw a line there. Let me pick it up. I draw a line there. Now it means that to my analysis, from a current price, so you know when you are drawing support and resistance, you look at the current price. This is the current price. From the current price, this is support 1, and this is support 2. From the current price, this is resistance 1, this is resistance 2. So it means that this line, because here it was resistance, now it has been broken. Now it means it becomes a new what? A new support. Now we are in the 4-hour time frame. Now, if we have done our analysis in the 4-hour time frame, we can now confidently come to the 15 minutes time frame and see if our breakout candle has good volume. Or we can even go to 5-minute frame. And then we say, when I look at this chart, I want to increase it. When I look at this chart, is the market being supported or the market is being resisted? Because this is where I told you where the business is. The breakout candle that breaks your line must be a candle with good volume. I have a question. Does this candle that has broken this chart, does it have a good volume? Does this candle have a good volume? Some answers in the chat, friends. Does this candle that has broken our resistance have a good volume? Does this candle that has broken our resistance have a good volume? Beautiful, yes. Now that is step number 1. It has good volume. And then you ask yourself question number 2. Do we have a candle that has closed above our line? That's the second question. And this is our candle. This is our test candle. These two are test candles. So this gives me more confidence to believe that after the close of this test candle, either this one or this one, I can make my entry and take my profit to the resistance. Is that understood? I'm not saying this is the best trade for you, but is that understood, friends? This is a learning phase. I have not told you to take any trade. So maybe I could look at this in 15 minutes. Maybe I could look at this in 30 minutes. I don't know if I'm making sense. Maybe I could look at this in 1 hour. Maybe I could look at this in 4 hours. And that is for you. That is support and resistance for you, friends. I don't know why my lower line, this one, is not clear. And that is support and resistance. So what we are trying to discuss today is not a big deal. What we are trying to discuss today is the ability and the power that I can decide to draw lines, or I can decide to create what we call a rectangle. So when I bring a rectangle, let me remove all the lines. When I bring the rectangle to be my tool to use, I'll just come here, look at this lowest point, then stretch it. Maybe I say, let me take it up to that area. Okay, up to that area, the body close of those candles there. Then I stretch it to the past and even take it as far as I want. Because I remember we said in our previous classes that as a good trader, it is important for you to have a bigger area because we are using past to predict the future. So I maybe lower it down a little bit. So that is my area of resistance. So where the other one draws so many lines, me, I will draw one. I will draw my rectangle. Then I go on the top of the hill. Then I say, where was the market from the current price? Where was the market resisted? So the high resistance was here. Then I pick my rectangle and I say, okay, I'm gonna cap all this area. I will not go so above because I'm not a guy of weeks. Then I say I will take the area. I'll take the area. I can even come down a little bit up to around there. And I create an area. And I create an area. Or I could say, okay, I'll not go so down, I'll stop above here. Okay, then I create an area. I create an area. Maybe I stretch it. I don't know if I'm trying to make sense to you, friends. So now in this case, in this scenario of my analysis, this will be support 1, support 2. This will be resistance 1, resistance 2. So what I will do as a trader, I can say, according to how I see, I have better chances of this coin moving from where it is to hit here, and I will take my comfortable 2. Are we there? Then I can go to maybe 15 minutes down back here, and I say, wow, are my chances of this coin hitting my little take profit? All I can say, I'll go to 30 minutes. It's up to you. I talked about time frame. But I have done my analysis in a bigger time frame, looking at it in a lower time frame to see how fast maybe will this trade deliver. Or I can go into 1 hour. Babe. Pick the car key. All right. Are we there, friends? Are we learning? You know, today I'm not very. So, but also understand, although there is a probability of your coin going up here, I have a question. Is there a probability also for this coin reversing? Is there a probability of also this coin reversing? Yeah, that's why now you need to look again in here and say, where are those areas where the market was at least supported or resisted? So you come back here and you say, oh, this place and this place. So this is a candle. Has this candle been, you see this candle that is happening here? This candle that is happening here is breaking, is becoming a breakout candle, breaking this line. It's becoming a breakout candle, breaking this line. It's becoming a breakout candle, breaking this line. So I can either be patient or go in a lower time frame and see if in the lower time frame there is a breakout candle. And this is what I've talked about here. This was a bull trap. If someone had drawn their resistance here and waited for a breakout candle here, you see this was a breakout candle. This was a breakout candle with good volume, this one. But I said you need to wait for a test candle to test this line. And when the test candle appeared, you see, when this test candle appeared here, later we see that the market came back where it came from. So it is key, friends, to be patient, not to be excited. Am I making sense? You need to wait because you need to increase your probability of either making profit. Your probability of making profit must be higher than the market going against you. Are we there? Are we there? Let me know. So now, my topic for today is very easy. Is the ability to understand what is support, what is resistance. Now, let me go to trend lines, having discussed that now. Let me go to trend lines. Okay, like we have been using horizontal lines, friends, also trend lines are one of the amazing tools that we can be able to use in our trading analysis. And like I'll go into patterns also known today. Like we have been able to draw, lines on horizontally. We can also draw lines diagonally. And we do that using what we call trend lines. Okay, trend lines. And they are very, very key. You will find that. Let me pick another point. You'll find that the most common thing you will find in trading is the ability to draw trend lines or the ability for the market to appear diagonally than horizontally. For example, if I draw a horizontal line from here, the close of this body candle, and I make sure that I have 2 to 3 points to touching my line. I don't need to be accurate, friends. I don't need it to be accurate. I just need to make sure that I have 2 to 3 points touching my line there. Now, the most important thing is that on a downward trend, when the market is taking a downward movement, the fact is that we draw trend lines above the candles. So if I say that this trend is going down, then I'll draw a trend line above the candles. And when I discover that the market is going up, I draw a trend line. I draw a trend line below the candles. So it means that when I draw a trend line below the candles, why? Why should I draw my trend line below the candles? I want to draw a line to act as a support. Now, this is just a simple trick. You don't need to get headache about. I'm drawing this trend line here above these candles, these ones here, these ones here, these ones here, these ones here. So that this line is acting as a resistance. I'm drawing this line below these candles to act as a support. So I want to monitor this trend For example, just this is a learning class. It's not a big deal. For example, I have a question. If I had drawn my trend line, here, and I've drawn my other line below the candles like this, was this a breakout candle or not? Was this a breakout candle or not? Some answers in the chat. Was this a breakout candle or not? Some answers in the chat. Was that a breakout candle or not? It is. Thank you. So since it is a breakout candle, or it was, any English is okay. Nobody is an Englishman or an English person unless you are one. You see, even if you are one, you may not be the creator of the language. And was this a test candle or not? Was this a test candle to my line or not? Some answers in the chat. Was this a test candle to my line or not? Some answers in the chat. Was this a test candle, a breakout candle? Was it a thank you? Okay, now I would definitely say that now I can apply a horizontal line to where the market was resisted there. And I would confidently pick my price range from this to. And how many of you can see that I would confidently take a 10% if we use our formula of taking 2/3 of the journey? Would I enjoy a 10%? Some answers in the chat. Would I enjoy a 10%? Simple drawing of lines. Is there any trick used here? It is simple. You are just drawing lines. I would comfortably take a 10%. By just drawing lines on this chart like this, someone finds them and says, this man is mad. But I'm making money. So, I don't know, are we clear? Because I don't want to speak another language. I'm talking about understanding trend lines. So we can use trend lines. And I've not done a lot of work. I've just known, I know a principle that if a market is going down, I draw my line above the candles. If the market's going up, I draw a line below the candles. And this you have drawn, although some of you may not know it, I may not have gone into details to explain, it has formed a pattern. This has formed a pattern. And if I draw another line, and we are going to talk about patterns tomorrow, just at the lower level here, another line, let me just take it here. Guys, it has now formed another shape, and this shape is here. Although I didn't show it, there is this shape. There is a diagonal line going down with another line going up here. And this is a very good rectangle. Sorry, triangle. Can we see this triangle here? Is this a triangle, friends? This line and this line, do they form a triangle? And this is the x of the triangle. And you see the market has been moving from here, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, and then it breaks through. Now, someone is saying, am I confusing you? No, me, I'm just drawing my lines. I don't know, am I confusing you? Unless you have not been following very closely. Am I confusing you or I'm making it easy? Because tomorrow I will now be getting into this. Maybe someone is not following closely. I'm just drawing my lines. I don't have any big deal. Me, I've been drawing my lines. So it is simple. So tomorrow I will go into this. Now I will start naming symmetric triangle. I will now start giving these names depending on which shape they form. So let's pick another trade and do our analysis there so that someone may not say that we are on one coin. So let me pick another trade. That one, the candles don't look nice. Okay, good. So here is XRP. Okay, here is XRP. Let me look at this again. Okay, here is another trade. And this is liquidity. For example, there is a coin I gave you a 15% recently. Let me show it to you here. Just simple tactics. Simple tactics. You just need to spend. This is one of the trade I gave you recently. So the formulas are simple, friends. They are not hard. So I come on this chart. I look at it and I say, wow, this is a nice chart. The market is moving down. So what do? I come here, pick a trend line. Then I say, from the highest point here, when I draw a trend line above these candles here, like this, I draw this trend line like this, just to have a few points touch my line. Then I basically come and draw a line, a horizontal line below these candles here. These candles here like this. I could see it with my naked eyes when I came to this chart. That one, the market is being supported. And I would say, okay, now since the market is being supported here, let me look for areas where the market is being supported again. Then I draw a line. I say, okay, now here or here. If I had not seen this, but this I had seen because I was here, then I say here, that is support one. That's resistance one, by the way. Resistance one, Then I say, okay, let me see again. Where else do I see the markets being resisted? Resistance two. Okay, then where do I see the markets being resisted again? Then I say resisted three. Then I say, my people enter this coin without anything, no candles. Then I say enter this coin. Either I can wait for this breakout. I can wait, but this was for me, it was very clear as support. It was very clear support. Then I say from here, I will give a 15%. This was a 12, but above here, which I don't know whether you guys can see it. This is where the 15% came from, just above this line, because I could see another resistance here by drawing my lines. And I could say comfortable 15%. And I gave it as a long-term signal. But if I could go to a bigger time frame, I don't know what I'm trying to share. Does it make sense? So I have used, let me stay here. I have used the principle of support and resistance and drawing lines in my chart. Does it add up? Does it make sense? It doesn't. Let me know. Does it make sense or it doesn't? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Does it make sense? Someone says breakout candle. A breakout candle is a green candle. A breakout candle is a green candle. For example, let me delete this. Let me look at another coin. Let me look at another. Let me look at another coin. Simplify. Okay. Wow, this is a nice trade. I know it's one of our signals coming in soon. Now, some of the trades are usually good. Like if I find such a trade, now I want to explain the breakout candle. This might not bring out my message very well, but this is one of the signals coming in. So I just a minute. Okay, let me draw. If I was going to draw my support line here, and maybe my resistance line just above there. This is the nearby resistance here. Yes, maybe this trader may not be sure. This trader may not be sure. That's why I need to apply a confluence. When you are not sure about a certain trend, you need confluence. Now, I'm not here to discuss indicators yet, but those who have been with me for some time, is this a nice trend? Those of you who have been with me for some time using the MACD, is it a nice trend? It's a comfortable 10%, friends. Let me add in another confluence. Yes, because I want to drop this as a signal. Ah, is this a nice trade? Buddies, let me see. Let me add in this. This is a 55, a 21. Okay, these ones are not giving good results. So I need to remove one of these and let me press in another indicator. Just I want to drop a signal. So people do not know what I'm doing. Don't worry, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. If you don't know what I'm doing, it's not a big deal. If you don't know what I'm doing, it's not a big deal. So let me drop this signal. Wow. Our first super leader has dropped 5 signals and they have all delivered. Could we drop some love hearts for our super leader who has done that work very morning? Leader Chadwick, congratulations. Could we drop some love hearts? 5 signals in the morning, friends. 5 signals in the morning, 3%, and all of them have delivered. So if you have been present on our YouTube channel, Telegram channel, you yourself a 15% this morning. We drop some love hearts. Well done, bro. Okay, so I will drop this. I will drop this now. I'll drop you now. The first 15% has been consumed. Okay, so now let's go in with these other rest of the signals of the day. Wow, it was a nice 15% take home. This was very sweet. That was very sweet. That was very sweet. That was very sweet, very sweet, very sweet. Okay. Right, so we come in with these other signals of the day now. Come in with these other signals of the day. Okay. Let me just just now we are dropping your others, and then we need to call it some more few coins. Okay. My topic, I'm already I'm gonna show you a few more, but actually come in with what I want to share. Okay, so let me close off this so that we now focus on our lesson, not on this. All right. Good. Okay. So someone was asking what is a breakout candle and what is a test candle. A breakout candle, simple like I explained, it is a candle with good volume. It's a candle with big trading volume. Okay, that's the first. And then a test candle could be a green candle that closes above your line, or it could be a red candle that closes above your line. Am I making sense? For example, you can draw lines either diagonally. For example, I could draw a line from this point, stretch it to this point. So this is acting as a support line. I can still draw a line this point, coming down to these points, touching these points here. I don't need to be accurate. I just need 2 to 3 points touching. So now this one, the diagonal line. Diagonal line drawn both above the candles and also below the candles. Or I can come in here and look for a parallel channel. I can come in here and look for a parallel channel. So put it here, make sure my points are touched, 2 or 3, then stretch it. Maybe I want to touch the other above points. Well, if I'm a person who loves wicks, then I go in for wicks. My parallel channel is usually very sweet friends. Why? Because what I will do, whenever the candle touches my line, I draw there a horizontal line. So I will delete this. For example, I come in here, this parallel channel, and I see, okay, where does it drop my line? Whenever it touches my line, I will draw there a horizontal line. So this helps me to identify very easily my horizontal support or horizontal resistance. Now, when I draw my line here, I need to follow my line back in the past. And we see that once upon a time, This line that I've drawn here, these things are simple. Just once upon a time, this line that I've drawn here acted as one here, specifically here, as a support. And at the same time, it acted as a resistance in the past, just in these areas here. So what I could do, I could just get back to my line and I say, okay, from here, if this is support, where is the resistance? And I get to my line. If you look at my what? This line also touches my line here. Where this candle body touches my line, I draw the line. Or if I don't want to draw it there, then maybe I could draw it just at this line. Can we see this line here? Where it touches my line. Where it touches my diagonal line is an important area. Then I could say, okay. Then I could say, I will come here, pick my line here, and I say from this area of this coin, I will take profit there. Instead of me going up to this area above here, I will stop here using this. And can we see that in the past where I've drawn my line, this is where, can we see that this was a resistance? This was a resistance. And now I'm saying from this support, market is gonna be resisted here. Simple. What am I applying? I'm using a parallel channel, which is acting as a diagonal support, which is also acting as a diagonal resistance. Then whenever it touches my line, my diagonal line, I draw there a horizontal line. Please switch off your cameras. It's not one of the things I want to see. Just when you join, make sure you switch off your cameras. Are we learning? Are we learning? Let me know. Is it easy or it is hard? Is it easy or it is hard? Okay. Okay. So my topic for today just as simple as showing you how you can be able to draw lines below the candles and lines above the candles to find areas of support and areas of resistance. Then tomorrow, I'm going to focus so much on how to draw support and resistance, and also show you different chart patterns that are being formed once you are able to draw your line of support and lines of resistance. Hello, friends. Thank you for choosing. Wow, there's another sweet trade. How many of you can see this sweet trade here? How many of you can see this by current price? Let me first clear off this. It's a sweet trade. It is the new coin in the line. Okay, so I will draw if I want to trade. I'll draw my horizontal line, pure support. Then I draw my quick resistance, which is there. Then I can confidently tell you, friends, from current price, yeah, this is a 2.5. Let's go 15 minutes frame and see how strong this is. Wow, it's possible. Let's add in a confluence just in case. Just in case. The other one is too slow, just in case. Wow, it is hitting over time. Let me add in this. This causes a lot of noise now. There's a lot of noise now. There is a lot of noise now. Noise is too much in my chart. I usually do not get overexcited. That's why I wait first. Okay, so at discount levels. Yeah, 2% is possible by current price. 2%. Okay, friends, that's the topic I had for you today. That's the topic I had for you today. I will get into these with time. I want to thank you for choosing to work with us. And I basically wish you a fantastic, nice day. A 2% is very good. All right. Have a nice day. Love you all and bye-bye.